First thing, some more Ryobi. What's this? Oh, it's another attachment, huh? Battery operated Ryobi too. She's a little corroded. Might be able to bring it back to life. Other one. Get some D-grate action. Oh yeah. A lot of people ask, why do you take the grates? I probably said it before. Look at this thing. Trash. Right? And truthfully, all this stuff in here is probably at least 30% of the weight. Aluminum valves, so we ain't worried about that. I mean, this right here is, I don't know, 15 pounds. The rest of this thing probably weighs, I don't know, 30 left. Something like that. Plus, barbecue grills are really bulky. They don't weigh much. They take up the whole bed of your truck. You know, you can have an 8-foot box and maybe fit 5 grills in there, and you won't have much room for anything else. So if they're aluminum topped, which are getting really rare now because I don't think they even make aluminum topped grills anymore. Now, from what I've seen, that was all wood. So 95% of them are steel now, and if I see an old aluminum one, I'll definitely grab it. But that's how it goes. They're not worth fixing. If they're out by the curb, 99% of the time they're not worth fixing. I have found some really nice ones at the curb before, but it's rare. Something going on with this trash can. I guess we'll go grab some of the curtain rods. Been sitting in the backyard for a while here. I don't know what that is. Tangled up next to what it is. We don't want that rack. We want the stuff that fits nice and easy in the trailer. Ugh. Cast mailbox. Come back and grab that. This is kind of cool. Like a mailbox auger. Get over here. Ooh, that's heavy. Yeet! Man, they always leave the bolts on. Always. We don't want your mercury. Look at this pile. Banana boxes, huh? Guess we'll get out and look. Out here, how the other half live. Huh. Look at that, Eddie. A bullet trap for BBs. It's kind of cool. I don't see nothing good. Bunch of empty boxes. All these things are empty. Probably should take them for the flea market. Never mind. Yeah, nothing good but a bullet trap. It's even got a little slide out tray to pull them out of there. It's kind of cool. This is actually pictures. It's empty. Oh, look at that. Oh man. Definitely can get the copper bits off it. Maybe we'll try it. We'll see how hard it is real quick. It's nice and soft on over here. You guys see what's going on? We got him. Holy crap. I was hoping there was a pool pump in this mix, but I don't see it. I see the base plate for it back there. Somebody probably got it already. Oh well. More shower doors. Take all the extruded. I know, one screw, the glass comes out. Yep. Oh, that's the heavy one. Found a screen door too. What is that thing? Holy, it's bright out here today. Well, we didn't find too much, but we got a little bit of things. Some more extruded. Another set of bed rails I don't think you guys saw. Some random tidbits. Nothing too crazy, but I guess we'll get around to tearing some scrap apart over here, since we finally got a nice day. Probably should go check the greenhouse too. I know these cucumbers got to come out of here. It's supposed to be crappy weather for the next 2 days, so I'll probably wait till Friday to get them out of here. They're looking awesome though. Give some of them to my brother for his house. Yeah, roots are starting to come out the bottom. So they got to get out of here, but I don't want them out in the cold for the next 2 days, so I'll let them chill in here. And we're finally starting to get peppers. Finally. And over here, these are all Cal Wonder. Spinach is looking good. So are the tomatoes. I need to rotate them though. They need to spin around. And this is the questionable seeds that were 2016. And we've got a couple peppers starting to come up. Over here and over there. So maybe we'll get a couple of them. There's another one there. Maybe we'll get a couple of them to come up. Alright. All right, Grandma, found you a weed whacker. Get to work. It's a little windy out here, but we're back on the strawberries since it's not raining today. Get some more of them put in this wicking bed. I saw some worms in here too, so that's good. Look at the nice little cubes they're coming out in because they're a little damp. It looks like the little guy that came out by his roots might make it. Guess it didn't shock it too bad.
Georgia suddenly has options. You can go out to dinner and a movie. You can get a haircut, a workout, a tattoo. And if you're wondering, does any of that sound smart? Well, so are many Georgians. Dining out in America's contagion. A waitress wearing a mask and gloves tried to serve reassurance. Table service returned today to Atlanta's 4 Bad Daddy burger bars. This sign reminded everyone safety is on the menu.
Among our servers, our bartenders, they'll be wearing masks. There's hand sanitizer that's able to be used. We have disposable menus.
Any Georgia restaurant could reopen, from a breakfast chain to a local pizzeria. But few in Atlanta did, and most of their tables sat empty. Governor Brian Kemp's hungry to reverse Georgia's soaring unemployment. More than 1 million new claims in 4 weeks. But health experts worry impatience is the new pathogen for governors and consumers.
That's bad for them, and it's also bad for healthcare workers. We have worked so hard, and our healthcare workers have sacrificed so much over the last month.
For any state to reopen, White House guidelines call for a 2-week downward trend of documented COVID cases. No state meets that standard. Over Georgia's last 2 weeks, COVID cases have jumped 38%, and COVID deaths 51%. As of today, at least 19 states have already loosened some restrictions. 17 more will loosen them by this Friday, May 1st. Researchers at the University of Maryland tracking cell phone data report people are venturing out more, ignoring stay-home orders, possibly because of quarantine fatigue. It looked that way.
Track that cell phone data. Just track it.
Today promised to crack down.
Those images are an example of what not to see. People, what not to do.
Back in Georgia, movie theaters can also reopen. Most stayed dark.
We won't open today, and honestly, it's not a very difficult decision to make.
Owner Chris Escobar owns the Plaza Theater in Atlanta, closed since mid-March.
I know movies. I don't know public health, so I'm going to listen to people who do.
Inside this reopened restaurant, there are a few people eating inside, and on the patio here, every other table is marked off to help keep the parties at least 6 feet apart. The staff is wearing gloves and masks. The menus are disposable, and now, Nora, fingers crossed that everyone's safe.
All right, Mark, as so many workers who process meat have coronavirus, and farmers say their crops meant for schools and restaurants are rotting. This comes at the same time that food banks are running low and lines are long. As CBS's Manuel Bojorquez reports, it's because of a lack of a federal plan to distribute the food.
When Florida farmer Sam Accurcio saw demand from the food service industry plummet, he did what he could with the tomatoes that were ripe for harvesting.
So we've just been giving them away what we can, but we just simply have too much. People could be living off of what we have to throw away.
The result? Millions of pounds of Florida tomatoes and squash were left to rot. In Idaho, farmers are putting out potato pyramids for people to take. In the Midwest, dairy farmers have dumped millions of gallons of milk. The cruel irony is all of this is happening while Americans wait in long lines for food donations.
Logistics, baby. It's all about logistics.
San Antonio Food Bank.
It is criminal. It's a shame that food should never go to waste.
Farmers and food banks had pleaded.
Drive your Prius over there and pick up a couple totes, bud.
The oversupply of the growing need. Florida's agriculture commissioner said she'd asked for help for nearly a month, but the department didn't announce a plan until 10 days ago. Should this intervention have happened before?
We needed to have acted sooner because it's put stress on charitable organizations like the Feeding America food banks that our inventory is running out.
And until the federal program catches up, some farmers say they will still have to euthanize livestock and chickens.
There you go. Dig a hole.
We reached out to the USDA, which said it's working as quickly as possible and plans to start purchasing food for distribution by the end, or actually over the next week. But given the current disruptions, one expert we spoke with warned that some grocery stores could start to see meat shortages by the end of this week.
Quite.
Trying to keep them out of the shade of the porch. This wicking bed was here before I built this roof a couple years ago. It should have been over this way a little bit farther for the sun, but it is what it is. They're looking good though. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Looks like we're all going to be on our own pretty soon. I hope people take the warnings and start preparing. Even though it's probably too late. Keep your head up.